Love everyone. I hope everyone's enjoying this beautiful weather. At least, well, it's beautiful where I am today. It's sunny and I'm in Long Beach, Long Island today. But welcome everyone. Whichever platform you're joining from, I just wanted to let you know, feel free to drop your questions in the chat as soon as you have a thought, and I'll address them as they come up. You can always DM me if you have a private question. You know, just a background about me. I'm Angela Ye, and I'm the founder of Ye Ideology, a talent strategies consulting firm. Today, I wanted to talk to the work that we do working with and helping employers, managers, HR, companies, and people that empower their teams. And here's what's going on here from that perspective for all of you that are listening in. Today the world is rapidly evolving. We talk about this all the time, but this is actually affecting businesses. Businesses must constantly adapt to meet market demands in every sector, in every industry, right? And yet, employers face the tough challenge of tapping into and retaining their best talent. Even during high employment rates, every company, every business is always hoping and concerned with how do I retain our talent, right? If not addressed, the gap between employer expectations and employee needs widens and leads to high turnover, decreased team efficiency, and a decline in corporate culture and competitive positioning. So, the work that we do through talent strategies, we now empower today's workforce. So I wanted to talk about that kind of work that we're getting to do now today. You know, here's my perspective of this. In all the work that we've done over the years, historically as a recruiter to career coach, and then in talent strategies work with employers, we've come to realize that the world of work is exponentially human. And when both employers and talent both grow and gain, what comes out of this is success that's exponential, right? Let me just say that we're talking for decades. I've worked with both employers and talent, and we've had so many, you would not believe, so many types of conversations with both sides. And from both employers, we're hearing the constant need where they want to know who's on our team, who's successful, who wants to grow, who do we continue to upskill, who wants to advance, how can we upskill them to the next level. And it's really hard for companies. As an employer, companies want the best talent. You want to honor the talent. You want to know how do they continue to grow while they bring value to you, right? And where can they continue to grow to bring additional value to your company? It's really hard. We find that it's hard for employers to figure this out. And then there's so many scenarios where we've actually had an opportunity to talk to both the employer as well as to talent. I don't know how many times where we've had someone say, we need to hire you for recruitment. This is way back, where we had these conversations where an employer say, our number two just left. We don't know why they said family, they had to move for family. And inevitably, because we're so connected, somehow we get that conversation with that person. Hold on. Apologies. Allergies and asthma, and I've got the AC and the fan going, so I'm going to turn that off and see if that, calms down my allergies. But anyway, in those same moments, a couple weeks later, we'll end up having the opportunity to talk to someone, and that it's the person who left, and they'll say to us, I have wanted to grow and continue to stay in that company, to continue to bring value. I knew that there was more I could do to take this company to the next level, but I could not find that opportunity. And we've seen this so many times. So now, understanding the challenge, both parties, what employers and talent, they both want the same thing, right? And now we are helping employers and talent facilitate a mutually respectful conversation and a space for both to grow and gain. So now with our employers, we're helping them create the opportunity for a conversation, a very mutually respectful conversation, right? So, for instance, in one scenario, we did have one of our clients had just become the senior VP of product design of a progressive corporation, very big corporation. She came in to lead a design team of a lot of designers. And we know this. If you're HR and your leadership, you know that there's this upswing. There's a alignment, a certain period of time where it's harder for a leader to come in and just understand what is this team? How do they function? How do I lead them? How do I connect with them? You know, one of the things that one of the exercises, one of our exercises we helped her use was an opportunity to understand who on the team was viable, who could, who needed to grow. And through this process, through this exercise, she identified quite a few senior designers and managers who were able to be upskilled, that they were ready and primed to be promoted or pivot into a new area of expertise. And actually, through this whole process, there was one very high level senior principal designer that they found who was so dedicated to the company through the exercises and the work that we talent strategies exercises. They discovered that this one gentleman, he didn't love his work there at that company anymore, though he was so loyal to the company, was so dedicated, loved to work. Through these exercises, he realized, this very senior level principal designer, he realized that he didn't love the work anymore. And actually, we call this corporate conscious uncoupling. Through these exercises, our senior VP of design was able to give this person space to say, you've been such an incredible, valuable component of this company, this department. Let's give you time and space for you to find out what you want next. And in turn, this person became the number one main hiring manager to look for the person to replace him. In this process, they were both giving each other space for that transition. Neither party were left unprepared. This conscious uncoupling allowed this individual to find time for him to choose where he wanted to go next. They gave him connections. Meanwhile, he understood who would be the best person to take on his role. There were a couple people he upskilled, but then they really did interview and find someone who was phenomenal. You know, what was so beautiful about this? I love this story of corporate conscious uncoupling, because so many places in the world right now, layoffs, terminations, this is not giving companies a great corporate culture. There's a lot of people who are still struggling with that kind of, that kind of process isn't the most, mutually respectful. And it's necessary because it's the best method that's currently out there. But what we're coming up with now, when we do this kind of corporate conscious uncoupling, this was incredibly respectful from all accounts, right? For everyone to witness this, while this was just for this one individual, word got out. And by the way, this company had a layoff. For everyone else in the company, for them to see what was happening with this one individual, this think about what this did for company morale. Think about what this did for, just talent retention going forward. Okay. Um, I don't know. I think this is beautiful work. I think this is where businesses are going now, because let me tell you, for every company that's out there today, the biggest competition for every company isn't another company in your sector, in your industry, or even in another. The biggest challenge for business today is quality of life and the respect of talent. And so through our talent strategies work, we're helping employers empower the human workforce, to empower companies to respect talent. So just so that you all know, this is the other thing that we're doing now. For anyone who's listening today, if you are a design leader, a manager, if you're HR, if you're the head of your company, if you want to change that paradigm shift in that relationship with talent, your talent teams, and you want to raise the bar on how you respect the people that come to your company that do everything to support that mission. If you're interested in understanding more about talent strategies and the workshops and the programs that we put together for corporations, by all means, I invite you to invite you to check out yayideology.com. Reach out to us and we'll have a conversation and talk about what is it that you're looking to build? How do you want to build it? How do you want to respect talent as you look for the best to grow with your company? All right. Um, Thanks, everyone. Just, yeah, there's a different way to build business, and we're all about being a part of helping that happen. So, hope that you can, if this is useful information, helpful for you, do follow us on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. And if you know another leader, another manager that is working on this, wants to solve this, pass the word. All right. I'll see you again. Have a great day, everyone.